They're saying that the latest thing to come out of the Adidas 4D factory is the Run 1.0 Superstar. Somehow a 4D sneaker is being tied together with the Superstars. Now the Superstars are celebrating their 50th anniversary. It's amazing to think that that silhouette has been around for 50 years and it is an iconic silhouette, but somehow they've managed to cram that iconic silhouette into one of the most current shoes, one of the most contemporary sneakers out there, the 4D line from sneakers, from Adidas, I should say, with you've got the Future Crafts and tie-ups with Yohji Yamamoto and tons of different stuff going on with the 4D line. Oh, my absolutely favorite, I totally forgot to put this in my notes, but the Daniel Arshams. I love to be able to put that sneaker in videos because that's a grail for me. I think it's a beautiful sneaker. And if you think about how modern and contemporary they are, and then you think about the Superstar being 50 years old, how could you mash those two things together? But that's what they've done. They've mashed the Adidas Superstar together with the Adidas 4D Run 1.0 to make the sneaker that we're going to be looking at today, which is the Adidas 4D Run 1.0 Superstar. This is a Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channelです。毎日アップするので毎日見てください. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today, under the microscope, is that Superstar tie-up with the Adidas 4D Run 1.0. So my question to you, the viewer, is where's that tying up? Here behind me here is this 1.0, this Run 1.0. Where do you think that is? Can you look at this just without any context, without any research or anything like that, and say, right, where does this tie together with the Superstar? The Superstar is iconic, especially for its classic shell toe box, usually made of rubber, sometimes made of like metals and things like that, but it stands in contrast to the leather upper. But that's definitely not what's going on with this sneaker behind me here. You can see that the materials and the silhouette are not where there's a tie-up between these 4D sneakers and the Superstar. So where does that tie-up come, and why is it that Adidas are saying that the two are drawn together? That's what we're going to be looking at in this video. But I do want to mention about 4D sneakers though, that I'm going to throw up a link in a second, which is, if you click on it, it doesn't actually take you off the video. It brings up a menu of other videos. So it's kind of a strange thing that YouTube allowed me to do. But here is a sample tagged Adidas 4D Future Craft sneaker video. Down. Amazing sneaker video. Amazing to be able to look at those in hand samples, maybe even prototypes. They're sample tagged, but they might even be the prototypes of the 4D line. Amazing looking sneaker. And throughout the video, I'll throw up links, and those links will be there for the duration, and you can click on them and get that menu and go check out one of the videos. So I have done a lot of sneaker videos about 4D midsole, Future Craft and stuff like that, and other Run sneakers as well. There was a kind of peachy colored one that I did a while back with the Run line. I've done the Future Craft recyclable sneakers, where the entire sneaker, everything from outsole, midsole, upper, lacing, everything recyclable in there. But of all of the ones I've done, my favorite ones to review are the ZX 4004D. So here's a link to one of those videos as well, Doing, if you're interested in the ZX 4004Ds. But what we're mostly interested in today is looking at this, the tie-up with the Superstars, and answering that question: where do they tie together? What is it about these sneakers that is Superstar? I've said it isn't the materials. I said it isn't the silhouette, so the only thing left is the colorway, and that's exactly what we're going to look at, is the colorway, and it's the classic colorway of the Superstars. Now, I can't remember how many links I've thrown up already, but I will throw up another link to one of the most famous tie-ups with the Superstars, and that's the Run DMC guys, because Adidas brought out a pair of laceless Superstars in the last couple of months to celebrate their collaboration with the band, the hip-hop band Run DMC, because they made Superstars famous for wearing them laceless. And what Adidas have done is they put an elastic sort of band. Sounds really bad. They put elastic behind the tongue, taking the laces out, so that elastic will still hold it to your foot, and you get that laceless look. So here's a link to that video, and a picture behind me here will show you one of those laceless guys in white with black detailing. And what the main thing to look at on here is that it's a white upper or a white colorway. The 3-stripe branding on the side is in black, and then beside the 3-stripe branding is the word Superstar in gold. White upper, black branding, gold writing. And then if we go ahead and look at this Adidas 4D Run 1.0, you can see that that's where the tie-up with the Superstar comes. It comes in that this is a white colorway, it's a white sneaker. The 3-stripe branding on the side is black. But then you don't have the word Superstar beside the third of the stripes, because that's where the Superstar goes, not where Adidas 4D Run 1.0 goes. But what they've done to sort of get around the fact that they won't be putting Superstar in writing beside the 3-stripe branding is towards the heel. You can see a little effect on there where they, beside that kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, it's like heel counter, I think we'll call it, because it's not really a cup, but that heel counter, you can see the gold branding there, which represents the Superstar branding in gold on the originals. And then also if you go up high and have a look at the tongue, you can see that there's a sort of rectangular, kind of rounded edged rectangular gold piece of branding up there as well, which also sort of mimics the Superstar line. So it's not the silhouette, it's not the materials, it's all in the colorway. That's a shout out to the 50th anniversary of the Superstar year. So so that's where these two tie together. Now I did say that it doesn't tie together in the materials, and there's two things about the materials that are worth looking at. The first one is if you look from behind on an angle into these guys, and hopefully I've been able to find a picture here that can show you a sort of angled look into the inside of these sneakers. And what you really want to focus in on, again, I hope I can show you this, is that looking inside out, you can see how thin and lightweight the upper is. Now it says run in the title. Running shoes should be light. That's what runners want. They want light shoes, breathable shoes, so that when they do go for like distance running, their feet don't, your feet can get damaged quite badly if they don't ventilate properly. And also lightness is also speed. And if you look, like I said, if you can look through from the inside out, you see how thin and how lightweight that upper is on there. It's almost translucent, it's so thin. But then the other thing about the materials, if you look from above down onto the toe box, I had an impression before I did that, and I won't show you yet, I'll do it after I've explained this, but I had an impression that the materials and the upper on these guys were very sleek and smooth. But then if I show you this down, you can see that looking at the materials from above gives you much more of an impression of that kind of undulating, uneven upper instead of being a smooth sort of uniform upper. So that kind of surprised me about these guys. I wasn't expecting to see that there and see a bit of, it's almost like a bit of character, if you like, on these Adidas 4D Run 1.0 Superstars. And that's really what we wanted to look at today. That was where I wanted to tie this guy together, was about that colorway and how the materials and the silhouette itself don't match the Superstar really in any way at all. There's nothing I can see that connects the two. The Superstar is basically a leather sneaker, and these guys are definitely not leather. And then as far as the silhouette goes, the main feature of the Superstar silhouette is that toe box, and definitely the toe box on these guys is different. But the thing to look at is actually the colouring, the colour blocking, and how they've managed to get that white, black and gold detailing in there in the same way that they would do with the Superstars. So that's all I've got for you guys today, and a quick run through with that 4D 3D printed outsole. I don't know why they don't call it 3D, because it is a 3D printed outsole, but they call it 4D. So, but I have looked at these 3D printed outsole sneakers a lot on the channel, and those Daniel Arshams I mentioned at the start are definitely a grail of mine, so I appreciate being able to bring you guys that content, especially something that makes me smile like that. But for now, though, it's time to sign off. But just before I do that, I do want to quickly mention that I go live every morning to talk about the coronavirus here in Japan and give you guys a perspective of what that's really like here. And if you want to check out those videos, here's the playlist for that down. And just being able to talk to people about the reality of the coronavirus rather than relying on media hype and propaganda and conspiracy theories and social network, like social media blowing things out of proportion. Actual the reality on the ground here, and being able to show you guys that every day is kind of important, so I'm glad to be able to do that. But for now, though, it's time to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. The last thing I do in every video is I throw up a link to the Butter Movement playlist, which has the rarest sneakers in the world in hand. Some sneakers I guarantee you will have never seen before. Guarantee it. That Shoe Butter brings us those in hand every single week to the channel, and I throw up that playlist. And when I do that, I tell you to click that playlist because it brings up a menu of the other videos that I have linked in this video, and you can go check out another one of my videos and my content. So here's a link to that playlist. Doing, check that out to find out the other links in this video as well, and go check out another video. But for now, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. But because I do this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.